Okay, well, I started talking and I guess I didn't hit the play. So let me start over. So we are going to talk about, you read this as f of g of x. That is not a multiplication symbol. F of g of x. Or you could write it this way, which means exactly the same thing. F of g of x. I prefer this way, but either way is fine. So if we want to find f of g of 2, so if I write it the other way, it looks like this, f of g of 2. And the reason why I kind of like this way better is because, you know that we do inside parentheses first. So the first thing we're going to do is find g of 2. So there's g of x. So I did my work and I found g of 2 is 13. So here's the key step. So f of g of 2, but see, I know that g of 2 is 13. So that means in the place of g of 2, guess what I can put in the place of g of 2? I can put 13. So there's g of 2. So I'm going to scratch out g of 2, and in the place of g of 2, I'm going to put 13. So now the problem tells me to find f of 13. So f of x, sorry about that, is 2x plus 3. F of 13 is 26 plus 3, which is 29. So that's your final answer. Hey, Summer, stop. Okay, now this is not the same thing. This is g of f of 2. So now it's telling me to find f of 2 first. So f of x is 2x plus 3. So f of 2 is 7. And so now, here's that key substitution step. F of 2 equals 7. So in the place of f of 2, I can put 7. So there's f of 2. I'm going to scratch all of f of 2 out, and I'm going to put a 7. And now it tells me to find g of 7. So g of x is 2x squared plus 5. So g of 7 is 2 times 7 squared. 49 times 2 is 98. And 98 plus 5 is 103. That's your final answer. Okay, so now let's do some with just x's. So we have to find f of g of x, and then we have to find g of f of x. So again, I prefer to write it in that way. So f of g of x can be written as f of g of x. So unlike the last problem where it said go find g of 2 or f of 2, like this just says g of x. So I'm just going to do a simple substitution step. In the place of g of x, I'm going to put 3x minus 7. So now the problem tells me to find f of 3x minus 7. So f of x is x plus 5. So f of 3x minus 7 means every place I have x, I'm going to put 3x minus 7. So that's 3x minus 7 plus 5. So f of 3x minus 7 is 3x minus 2. And so now to do the other way, g of f of x. So in the place of f of x, I'm going to put x plus 5. So now the problem tells me to find g of x plus 5. So g of x is 3x minus 7. So g of x plus 5 means every place there's an x, I put 3x plus 5. So 3, there's an x, I'm going to put x plus 5. So that gives me 3x plus 15 minus 7, which is 3x plus 8. All right, let's see if I can get this one done quickly. I'm really not feeling well at all, but I'll see what I can do. Okay, so f of g of x means in the place of g of x, I'm going to put 8x squared plus 2. So f of x is 2x squared, and I want to find f of 8x squared, plus 3x. So 2, open your parentheses, in the place of x, put 8x squared plus 3x. So order of operations says you have to FOIL. So we're going to distribute, or we're going to multiply that 8x squared first. So that's 64x to the 4th. That's 24x cubed and 24x cubed, which is 48x cubed plus 9x squared. And then distribute your 2, and you get 12x to the 4th plus 96x cubed plus 18x squared. All right, let me do, I don't know if I'll finish it, but I'll start g of f of x. So in the place of f of x, I'm going to put 2x squared. So g of x is 8x squared plus 3x. Yeah, this one's quick. So I'm going to plug a 2x squared. 8, open parentheses, put 2x squared with the squared. Plus 3, open parentheses, and put 2x squared. So that's 4x to the 4th times 8. So 32x to the 4th. Plus, oh, I forgot my 2. Sorry about that. 3 times 2x squared, so that's 6x squared. All right, video number 2 is done.